Right, Hudell here, Stripes and Coffee. We are coming into week 11, I believe, our 10th game. Managed to get out of that Panthers game with a win, so 5-4. When I say get out of, I mean we demolished that team. So a quick recap there. Man, that's the running game we've been needing all year. Honestly, we only need about half of that, but to get 5 Joe Mixon touchdowns, 4 running, catching one. Joe Burrow, runs one in with a quarterback sneak. A lot of people, like the naysayers and the haters, are like, "Oh, Joe Burrow didn't look that great. Look at his numbers." But Joe Burrow is going to be what he needs to be for that game. And the numbers were somewhat pedestrian, but he didn't have any turnovers. He was putting the ball where it needed to go. When the run game's working that good, where are you going to put the damn ball? The offensive line was blocking out of their mind. Joe Mixon was making people miss. We were breaking off big runs. We probably won't see big games like that every week, but if our run game can even resemble that, and we can get some big holes and Mixon can make people miss, and we can get to that 4.5 yards a carry number on a regular basis, that's winning football coming into the cold part of the season. So, I'm excited to see what we can do going forward. We needed that momentum going into the bye kind of after that Browns beatdown. So I really do think that Browns game was more of an anomaly than is going to be the norm. But we really need to come into this part of the season after the bye, kind of with our hair on fire. We probably don't have the record we wanted coming into this part of the season. 5-4, we're looking okay, but 6-3, 7-2 would have looked way, way, way better. And we'd have been right where we wanted to take the division. So taking division is still within reach, but going to be very difficult. Some would say impossible looking at the Ravens' weak schedule and our tough schedule. So anybody that says it's not isn't paying attention. Anyone that says we can't do it, though, wasn't paying attention last year with the gauntlet we kind of went through to get there. So it's still within reach. I'm not going to write that off yet, but it's just going to be very difficult. So we just got to play the games in front of us. A wild card still very much in play. 10 wins probably gets it. So we are 5-4. We go 5-3 the rest of the way out, which will be very tough looking at the games we have ahead of us. But 5-3 would, I think, about do it for a playoff spot. We might be able to do it if we go 4-4. That would put us at 9-7. That would be tough, but there's still a possibility. But 10 wins probably gets us in. Any more than that, I would think almost assuredly does. So that brings us up to this week, Steelers week. Our hated enemy, our hated rival, whooped up on us game 1. And I really wouldn't even say whooped up on us. They did. Defensively, they did. But, went into overtime in a one-score, walk-off field goal type thing. When we basically won that game in the end, if we didn't have freaking long snapper issues, we still win that game, even with all those freaking turnovers and people like Stinka, Fitzpatrick, and TJ Watt's back. Both those guys are playing, by the way, so we want all that smoke. We want to be able to beat teams like that. I think they're feeling pretty confident after what that group did to us last year. And quite honestly, the teams we have struggled with and our offense has been slow are teams that have had a more powerful, like a top pass rusher. Like not necessarily good off our defensive lines, but somebody with that dude, and they got TJ Watt. Browns had Myles Garrett. The Cowboys, they have Micah Parsons. So those are the players we tended to struggle with. But our offensive line has been kind of picking it up. Browns game kind of excluded, so hopefully we can keep that under control. And yes, maybe they're going to affect the game, but if our offensive line can play like they kind of have been in the past few weeks. I don't think there's no way we're as bad as that week 1. That's an anomaly game. This is, even if we lose, it will be a close game. If we win it, it could be a close game or it could be a blowout. I could see either way. If it's close, they're only going to win a close game. Their offense can't put up points. Their defense has really got to limit us. It'll take all they have. They'll have to almost have an effort like they did last time where we didn't seem ready to play. All this weird shit was happening. We made all these mistakes and almost they still couldn't beat us. So I just don't see Kenny Pickett being able to really get it done. I don't see their offense really being able to get it done. They won last week. I forget who they played, but they squeaked away with a win. And I just don't really see it happening with us. I don't know. We don't got our best corner, but DJ Reader's back. Cheeto is out rest of the year, obviously. So that kind of hurts us. But this isn't a team that's going to be dotting the field up. So they're going to give you heavy doses of Najee Harris and quick screen passes and things like that. So DJ Reader is key to get him back this game. I'm so looking forward to that. So this is a game, in my opinion, another one, and so many of our games are going to be that way, that is one in the trenches. Our offensive line will need to keep up with their defensive line. Even if they get some wins, we got to get enough wins to let Joey B do his thing, and he's looking a lot better, so he's not going to have these, all these picks and all these crazy things. Some of those were just crazy luck where they tip the ball and, go straight up and then they catch it themselves. That doesn't happen often. Even a lot of times when they get the hand on the ball, they tip it up. Doesn't go to anyone, or you're able to at least keep them from taking the ball away. But that's just some horrible luck in a lot of those. That was a bad pass, that initial, which after some analysts kind of look at that, really wasn't as bad of a pass as it looked like. It was just way late thrown, so he was able to kind of get a read on it. If it was thrown before he got into his break, it wouldn't have been a horrible decision. But that, I think that just had to do with Joe being a little slow in his processing earlier in the season. But hey, this is almost a must-win game. It's about as must-win as it can be. This many games left in the season. I mean, the season is not over if we lose this game necessarily, but this may be one of the more, if not the most winnable game on our schedule, and it doesn't get any easier. We got next we got Tennessee, and I think that's at Tennessee. We got Kansas City at home. We got the Bills at home. We got the Browns again, where we are having trouble with them. We got the Bucks. We have New England. And did I mention the Bills? They're doing pretty good, I think. So, the thing is, all those teams we can beat. We can beat every single one of those teams. But our biggest thing is a little bit of consistency, especially on offense. So I want to see this time of year just us be that offensive team we know we can be. Have a consistent run game. It doesn't have to be like last week. We don't have to get 150, 200 yards. We just need to get a nice, efficient, 4.5 yards a carry, whether we're, running it 15, 20, 25 times. We need to let Joey B be Joey B and do his things when we need to, and lean on the run game when we need to. But, we just need that run game to at least be efficient, our offensive line to not get dominated, and give Joey B some time and let our defense do what it does, So I think we're looking at a pretty good spot. If we win this game, we're definitely looking at a real good spot. And then moving on to a couple tough games. And if we win those, man, we'll be looking really, really good. So I'm excited to see this game and see what's going on. So Stripes Coffee out, Whodale out. I'm going to go get ready and go watch this game, get another little sip of my coffee. Whodale out.